I've basically built a cube, exact dimensions. It shows here in the channel box that it's just going to be one-to-one scale. So if I were to now go scale it off, it's going to change in here, and I can look at the numeric values. So this is 1.4, or if I wanted to make it 1.5 scale, 1.5, you can see that it has changed the scale. Is 0.5, or a half a foot on each side. And that's another way that you can accurately build a cube or build whatever to a specific measurement. And I can do that here. I can make this 1.5. I'm just going to type in the value and the height. So it built that 1.5 the size scale that I'm doing. Now let's just say that you want to not have a 10 foot by 10 foot, but have a 10 foot width, 15 foot length, and a 10 foot height here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my top view, and let's just go into the top view here. Actually, I'm going to, so you can see what's happening in the perspective view as well, I'm going to work in both views here. And what I'm essentially going to do is I'm going to bring this side out, this length out, by about 5. I'm going to make it a 15 foot cube here, 15 by 10 foot by 10 foot cube here. So I'm going to, with the cube selected, I'm going to right mouse and I'm going to go into component mode, component vertex. And what that'll do is if I drag over here to the vertex, that's going to show the different components of your polygon, which is vertices, edges, and faces. And this shows the vertices. And if I just click and drag over here, I can click and drag those vertices. Here's something I need to show you. This is a little bug in Maya 2012 or 2013, which this is. If you notice here, I dragged over here, and I wanted to drag these all 4 of those corners there, but when I did it here, it didn't select all 4 of those vertices for some reason. Also, it's, you know, when I go to, let's just say I go here, and I were to, I would just shift select. So let's do that one more time. If I were to shift select those vertices, I lose my manipulator tool over here. If that happens to you, and it might happen to you, the way to fix it is just to go to the view cube here and just click on it. And what that'll do is that'll fix that little bug that's going on there. So now, once I've done that, I can just click and drag, and that'll click and drag all 4 of those vertices. You can't see all 4 of them because they're stacked up on each other, but that just fixed that little bug there if you encounter that little problem. Now, with those 4 vertices selected, I can drag them into in this direction here, 5 units or 5 feet as it may. And if I wanted to do it exactly, I'm going to hold down the X key, which is snap to grid, and that'll snap it. It usually jumps a little bit, so you have to be aware of that. And I'm going to snap it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I need to do it one more time, and it's going to snap. For some reason it likes to snap there, so you have to be a little careful. And so I've made a 15 foot I brought it out 5 more units, 5 more feet, so it's 15 by 10 by 10 height. And you can do that by snapping to any point. You can snap to the grid by pressing the X key down. One more tool I would like to show you here, which is if you go to Create, Measure tool, and this will give you a distance tool. There's 3 tools. There's the distance, parameter, and arc length. We're just going to do the distance tool. We're not going to get too deep into this, and I just want to show you what the distance tool will do. Basically, we're in feet here, where that's our unit measurement, and I can measure out any kind of length that I want. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to click. If I want to snap it to the grid, I press X and I click it, and then I go to any other point here. So let's just go to here, press X, and I click that, and if I move up here, it'll give me the unit length of those between these two marking points here, which is 19. So for example, let's just say I wanted to make this cube here 19, and it shows up in all four views here, and I wanted to accurately make this a 19-foot length. Then with that measuring tool there, I need to deselect the measuring tool, so I go up here and press the selection tool, and that deselected the measuring tool. I select the cube. The measuring units are still there. Go to vertex, and in component mode I select those vertices there, press the move tool, and I can accurately, by pressing the X tool, I can accurately bring that to that measurement right there. And let's just get a little closer here. I'll show you what I did. I brought it to there. I'm not holding down the snap to grid tool, but I can get really close, then press the X tool. If I press the X and then do that, I can bring that right to that edge there. Another thing you can do, let's just see if this will work. I'm going to select these points here, and I want to bring those points right to those measuring marks there, so I can snap to point. Let's just see if that will work. If I press the X, I can bring those right to that, and I know that it's going to snap to those marking points as well there. And there you have it. So there's a very basic use of some measuring tools, and using the grid basically is the technique here, is that you're using the grid to your advantage to accurately put points and to model any of your primitives to a specific size and a specific dimension. One more thing before I let you go. If I have the measuring tool, distance tool, you can then also measure something and check to see what the length is. To say you're not measuring to the grid and you want to see the length of something, you can always I'm going to snap the vertice. So if I press V here, I'm going to snap something there, and then I'm going to snap the vertice on this end, and you can see that the length diagonally from this corner to that corner is 21.47091. If you wanted to get an exact measurement between 2 points on a specific model.